Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video I want to show how to make your own natural perfume using essential oils that you can buy yourself. This video would be helpful probably if you have already a little bit of aromatherapy background. Most, if you don't, it's probably you have like an interest in it, then it will be also probably beneficial. If you have never heard of aromatherapy and you don't even know what essential oil is, then I would say this video is probably not very helpful to you at all. So you will have to have a little bit of a background because I won't be explaining the essential oils in a deep. We will be just going quickly through the base notes, the middle notes, and the top notes, and I will be explaining as I go. So without further ado, let's get started. So what you will need for this video is Perfumers Alcohol. So Perfumers Alcohol, a little beaker, a glass stirrer because this doesn't absorb the oils, and an empty kind of roller bottle. You can also get like a proper perfume bottle as well. We will be making 10 ml of perfume, and if you have like a bigger bottle, then you can just make let's say you have like a 30 ml bottle, then you will be creating first a 10 ml, and then you create another 10 ml, and then you create another 10 ml, if that makes kind of sense, because you want to kind of be the ingredients the same, otherwise your perfume might be off, especially if you're making this for commercial purposes. Alright. And you will, of course, forget you also will need a notepad, because there's nothing more annoying to create like an amazing perfume and then you actually don't know what you have in it. So I have already prepared the notes. I usually put in like how I want, like, you don't need, you can just put it like perfume of, and you usually put in the date as well. So I'm calling this Love Potion. So you take your beaker. So we will be pouring 10 ml of Perfumers Alcohol in it. So we will be starting with base notes. Base notes is actually what actually gives the perfume, the lasting power. So as a base note, this is something that actually gonna stay on your skin after 3 or 4 hours, or pretty much for the day, depending how strong your fixatives are. Then you will have a middle note, or the heart notes. This is basically what gives the heart clearly to the perfume. And we will have the top notes. To be honest with you, I don't particularly use top notes. The only one that I probably ever would use would be like a lemon, or a pink pepper, or bergamot. But most of the time it will be mostly bergamot, so I don't particularly like kind of citrus notes. But if you're someone who likes fresh perfumes and green perfumes, then you probably want to go heavy on the top notes. There is really no rules how many of those you can put in, as if you're using natural essential oils, they have like over 100 chemical components kind of react together, so it's always important to test the perfume on your skin, not to sniff it, but to test it on your skin if you actually like it. And yeah, so we will be starting with the base note. So for this perfume, I will be using vanilla, sandalwood, and benzoin. Let's use that. So I have my vanilla here. I have it in a dropper because it's usually very difficult to get out. So I will just put in. It's always better to start kind of small and then add to it. So you need to know the intensity of the perfume, the intensity of the notes. So vanilla would be like kind of quite heavy, so I will be using only 2 drops of a heavy base note. I also like the Hermitage oils, so they have actually amazing oils. Write it down. So that was vanilla, 2 drops. So, and then we will be using 8 drops of benzoin. Because benzoin is quite light, base note. And then we will be using sandalwood. And 8. So now that we have our base note ready, I have written everything down, mixture, and see if I like it. So it is very important to get the base note right first of all, and you should actually stir until you get the vanilla especially dissolved. So the base note is very important. As I said, this is the one that's gonna last the longest, and this is actually how your perfume is gonna smell pretty much on your skin after middle notes and top notes have disappeared. So we will be testing it on our skin. So there's really no point to test it on paper or anything like that, because it tastes like every perfume. It's mostly your body chemistry that makes actually perfume smell, or the scent is mostly like a body chemistry. So it reacts with your body chemistry, and there's really very, very little need to test it on a stick or something like that. It's just not good. So we'll test it. It's not. I like it. If you don't like your perfume, then you can just add a couple of things more. But yeah, I'm pretty much happy. Yep. Maybe I will add like a little bit of vanilla, because it's not. I will add 2 more drops because I like vanilla a lot. So people find it very glowing. I love it. As I said, I like gourmand and oriental. So, and I will be testing it again. As I said, I don't really test after every essential oils I've been using, because otherwise your olfactory is gonna be exhausted very quickly and you will not be able to smell anything more. So we will be moving on to our middle notes. Middle notes are pretty much all the florals, and I will be also using 3 essential oils for this, but as I said, you can use more, like a good for each kind of base note, middle note, and top note is always good to use 3 to 4 of oil. So I will be using the rose. Then let's use I will be using jasmine, and I will be using, what else? I will be using geranium, and maybe just a tiny bit of clove, only 1 drop. So because winter is coming up and I want it to be very warming. So we will be starting with jasmine, and also I will be using only 2 drops. Basically I had to balance the oil. So jasmine will be very heavy oil, so I will be using 2, and then to balance it I will be using rose. I will be using probably starting with 5 drops of rose and also 5 drops of geranium. So you want it to be 1 heavy oil, 2 drops, and maybe 5 to 8 drops of the not so heavy middle note, so that balances it out. So let's see it again. So 2 drops. As I said, it's always easier to add than to deduct, because once the oil is ruined, and we will be also adding it to our base mixture now. So we will be doing 5 drops, because rose itself is quite overpowering. Yeah, rose. You can also get a droppers like this, but I don't mind to wait until the drops come out. You can get like a glass drop. I don't have one here now, but I have ones as well. But as I said, I really don't mind. It's kind of almost like a meditation for me to make this perfume, so it's a pleasure. So I'm not in no rush to get the drops out, and because I don't often use a scale, so it's for me like the best way to measure the drops. That was 5, then 5 of geranium. 2, 3, 4. See, this goes going. See, 6. If that happens, if you add one more in error, if you add like a 1 drop in error, then please write it down, because this is now the part of your perfume, because otherwise you won't be able to recreate it, and even just 1 drop changes your perfume completely. So also I want to add 1 drop of clove, because I like clove. It's very nice and warming, and it goes particularly well with rose. So only 1 for now, and then we will see if we need more. So clove, I put 1 drop, and then with my magic wand we will be stirring it in. So, and then we will be testing it again on the skin. You can use the same spot, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I like it. It's very, very nice, very feminine perfume. I might add 1 drop of jasmine, just because I like jasmine, and I feel like now the rose and geranium have overpowered my jasmine. So only 1 drop. And this is what you will be doing. You will be now adjusting it little by little. You want, and then you will be again, after that 1 drop, you will be mixing it in and then testing it again on your skin. So and then test it on our skin. Yeah, I like it. So now, as I have said already, with the top notes, I'm not particularly keen on top notes, so but I will be using bergamot, because bergamot is kind of refreshing and goes very well with all of the other ingredients that I have in it, especially with sandalwood and with rose. So I will be using 5 drops, and this will be my only base note. So, and I'm gonna see how this smells. And then let's see. Yeah, it's very, very nice, very subtle. It really rounds it up. I'm actually very, very happy. Don't you forget down bergamot. Just gonna leave it. If you want to, you can add any other things that you like, but I'm happy, and I would be putting it now in the bottle, straight from a beaker. So now I have too much, clearly, and I'm gonna pour into another bottle the rest, because you don't want to waste your precious perfumes. So, and basically this is it. So now so what you can do now is like you can write down, like, you know, I have named it love potion, and you can put the date on it. So it's a good way actually to get the perfume matured, because now what's happening is like all of those essential oils will be interacting with each other, and each essential oil has over 100 chemical components, and now they will be all reacting and creating this great chemistry. The chemistry, guys. This is what it's all about. So they will be interacting with each other, and the perfume might change over time. So it's like a bit like a wine. It takes probably for about 1 month for the perfume to fully mature. You don't have to wait. perfume is more about your body chemistry and the perfume, so the perfume is gonna smell differently on everyone. So I love it actually as well when I create a perfume and to test it on other people, and it's like, oh my gosh, it just smells amazing on your skin, and it smells completely different on my skin. I, for example, cannot tolerate aldehydes, so this is pretty much like Palmarosa or like lemongrass or anything like that. It just makes me kind of sick. So also, like when you're making a perfume for someone else, just keep in mind the preferences for perfumes. You ask them maybe what kind of perfumes they had in the past, and what they don't really like, because some people find vanilla absolutely cloying and they can't stand it. Same with rose. So like everyone is kind of different. I also have a couple of chemically created oils. I don't really use these particularly often, only maybe if I want to add like a little bit of a sizzler to, if I feel like my perfume is like really flat, then I kind of would be like adding those to my perfume. But generally speaking, I would not be using chemicals because I like to be my perfumes natural, and they really don't do like anything for me. But lots of perfumers, professional perfumers would do, because it creates like a universal fragrance, because all of those natural essential oils, they're not predictable. That you never really know how the perfume is gonna turn out. So you will see like, oh yeah, like this perfumer has used over 50 different perfume components in it. Yes, because most of them would be like kind of chemically created, and you would need to layer them to get actually the same effect that the natural perfumes would use. As you said, see, we have been using only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different ingredients, and the perfume smells amazing. But as I said, sometimes I would add like a little drop of chemically created component, just to give it a bit of a sizz if I feel like my perfume is flat. But generally speaking, I most of the time never do. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and it was helpful to you, and I hope you will give it a go to create your own perfume. And especially if you're an aromatherapist and you know already the essential oils and you know what kind of benefits they have on on your body and your mind, then this is definitely something that you will find interesting. If you're a perfumer already, this video probably is gonna be useless to you, because this is nothing new to you. And if you're like a hobby perfumer, probably the same. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope if you enjoy this video to give it a thumbs up, please. This will help me out a lot, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.